Welcome to Megazord Radio. It's the show where we recap and rank episodes of the Power Rangers television franchise. I'm your host Nightster, and with me is my co-host, the wonderful Riely.
Stop! Help!
What?
I'm making a reference to the episode.
Oh yeah, with freaking Billy.
No, not with
Oh, no.
Billy. With Jason and Tommy and the women.
Oh yeah. And it was with Billy when he was all like gooped up. He's like, "Oh, it's getting from my suit. Stop! Help!"
Oh, he did get gooped up. I forgot about that. But folks, you're here for yet another episode of Megazord Radio. How are you, Nightster?
Fumbled up the intro, but I'm good.
Wait, what happened?
I fumbled up the intro.
Oh yeah, you did a little bit, but that's okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
We understand. I'm in terrible disarray, as I told you in private. I'm in great pain. I have to get on a plane later today. It's a bad day. Got a sunburn. My knee hurts for some fucking reason. I've
On the
like
knees.
I've like fell a couple times.
Jesus.
And I have to go walk around the airport.
I just fall.
I just like my knee hurt and I wasn't really walking. I was kind of not really paying attention to my walking because usually you can just kind of do that and you'll walk because you have the instinct. But not when your knee hurts and it just like it punches you in the gut and then it's like, "Oh, down I go."
My God.
Let's hope I don't fall in the airport.
Let's hope so.
I must have like banged my knee because I had a couple rough. I was in the wave pool and I had a couple rough falling to my knees in too short of a water, but I didn't really feel it at the time. I don't really feel pain I get from swimming in any way until like later that day or the next day. Cause like I remember there was one day where I was out swimming and I swam a whole bunch and I was having a great time the whole time. Didn't even think anything of it. And then later that night, my arms hurt so fucking bad because I had swam so much that I had strained my muscles and caused soreness. And I just like I could barely sleep that night because my arms were so fucked up because I was just swimming around for hours.
Yeah. I never go.
The water calls to me, Nightster. I'm a man of the water.
I never go to any like beaches if I can help it. Like sometimes my family will be like, "Hey, we're going to the beach," and I'll be like, "No, I don't want to. I don't want to do this."
You don't like the beach?
I despise it. It is my least favorite place to go on earth.
What?
I can hate the beach because
Why?
I have trauma.
Oh, okay.
Um, so one thing that happened was, um, even though I put sunscreen on, and we went to the beach, and I fell asleep just under a gazebo that we put up, and I got a really bad sunburn on both my feet, and it was really bad to the point where both of them, in their entirety, had just gone fully blood red.
Whew.
And not only that, but they had swollen up like balloons by the next day, and I couldn't walk.
I didn't know you could get sunburns on your feet. There's certain parts of your body, at least for me, that I find just don't sunburn. Like I never put sunblock on my legs. They don't sunburn. My feet don't sunburn. My hands. It's usually just like my back. My front usually doesn't really either. It's usually my back, shoulders, and face. That's what sunburns.
With me, it's normally my hands, the back of my neck. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Uh, there was that one time with the feet, but it was only once, and I had to go to the hospital.
Oof.
in a wheelchair.
I wonder if that was less a sunburn and more you had fallen asleep and your feet were in like hot sand, and that's what caused it.
I don't think so, because it it was under a gazebo,
Oh, okay.
and we had like a little blanket. But
Yeah, sunburns are the worst. What I've started doing is just this is a podcast. We're allowed to banter for a little bit. I try to save this for not Go Juger, even though we do Go Juger first. This is more of a long form talk show. We're allowed to talk about our lives for a little bit.
yeah,
What I've started doing with the beach, because I love the beach, and I've always been willing to deal with the side effect of the sunburn. Sometimes I'll get a particularly bad one, and it'll be a bad experience. But like, again, the water calls to me. I am a water boy. But what I've started doing is now when I go to the beach, I go like super late at night. So swimming at night is the best because one, you don't get a sunburn, and two, it's just like nice, like the air of the night and the just it's nice. Yeah, I know how to swim though, because you don't want to like drown in the dark because you can't see. But I know how to swim, so I can do it.
I do not know how to swim. You put me in the
Um,
water and I will die. Okay.
You know, I'm a swimmer. What did happen though was funny. Last time I went to the beach, I usually go with my buddy Patrick. And we're hanging out, and he wants to go swim. And I, the thing about when you're in a beach, when you're in the water, distance does not look right. Like there's something about there's something about the ocean that like fucks with your perspective and makes things farther away look closer than they appear, at least on the horizon. So he swam away and I could not see him anymore because the ocean is so vast, but it doesn't seem that way. And I'm like, did he leave? Did he leave me? I don't have a ride home. All my shit is in his car. Oh no.
Oh no.
But anyway, enough about the beach because we got to talk about the bee,
The bee.
the
There's a
Grumble
bee.
Bee. Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah!
Hi, my name is Michael with a bee, and I'm scared of insects. Where's the bee? There's a bee.
Folks, Grumble Bee is the 51st episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Aired April 28th, 1994. Written by Cheryl Saban and directed by Jon Stewart. So let's talk about it. We start off in Angel Grove High. There was a test. The grades are getting passed out. Billy gets his grade. And guys, Billy got a B. Boom. And he's like, oh God, I've never gotten a B before. And it honestly, given what we've seen of Billy so far and will see of Billy coming up, it is kind of absurd to think he would get a B on any test. Because he's like smarter than the top scientists in 1993 or
Like,
1994, I guess.
this guy made a car that can
He made a
fly.
flying
He
car.
made a flying
Yes.
car in like in what 19 something
1993. The flying
1996
car.
flying car, and that's something that we don't even have now in 2025.
It's true. We're just now getting self-driving cars. Never mind cars that fly.
Exactly. He was ahead of his time, and he got a B.
How did he do it? He was not studying. He has studying. But
Always,
folks, go ahead.
I was just saying, always study no matter how smart you are.
I actually I got by most of school without studying. But there was one time I started getting vocab tests in English class that I couldn't get. For a while, the vocab material was all shit that I knew, and then like it got harder as the year went along, and I started not doing as good. And I wasn't doing the homework that teaches you the stuff. And my teacher came to me and she's like, "Listen, I know you don't do your homework. We both know that. Do it, do it." and see what happens. And I did it, and I fucking got 100 on that test.
What?
And
On
she was
a
like, "What did I tell you?"
on like the opposite note, I never once studied at all. Like I never even had a teacher be like, "Hey, you need to study for this." Like I never got that lecture. I never studied, and I never did any homework. Nothing. And even though I failed maths like twice, I still managed to pass it eventually. And everything else I passed first try.
Yeah, I had a couple classes that I failed just because I didn't do any work. Like, I failed an English class because I didn't do the projects that I needed to do for half of my grade. But then I did course recovery and I turned those Fs into A's. So,
Wow.
but anyway, folks, Billy's all freaked out because he's like, I've never gotten a B. I can't be getting a B. I need to join the Young Scientists of America Club. And they're all like, Billy, a B is not a bad. And then Bulk and Skull walk up and they're like, a B is a bad, actually. And Skull's they're like, B stands for bad, didn't you know? And Skull's like, B stands for bulk too, I think. Maybe.
I, I think, like, right, Bulk? Like,
And
no.
they tell Bulk and Skull to lay off. Does anything happen to Bulk and Skull today? Or are they just like they leave?
Like, something happens later.
Okay, yeah, something does happen later. Okay, but
Wait,
for now they leave.
uh, no, I'm thinking of next episode.
I don't think anything happens to them this time.
Uh,
Oh, there's the thing at the end with the test, but they never get like gooped or caught unaware or anything.
yeah, and they come back, but they don't, you know, um, get gooped as they normally do.
So we go to the moon. And she's like, "Ah, Billy got a B. I've also got a B. Grumble Bee." So you don't like Billy doesn't like bees, eh?
I'll make him a bee monster. Yes.
Ah. So that's happening. We go back to Earth. And the Power Rangers want to go shoot some hoops. But Billy is like, I gotta study. I gotta study. Can't go. Gotta study. Need to get good grade for Young Scientist of America Club. Can't play basketball with you. And Trini, absolute queen, volunteers to stay behind and help him.
We
What a
love
good,
Trini.
what a good friend.
Trini is the best. Not
So
favorite character, but you know, best
she's just
friend to
nice.
have. Probably.
She's great.
Yeah.
So we go to the basketball court. Jason, Zach, and Kim are playing basketball. Now, you may be asking in your head at this point, where's Tommy? The show actually answers us. Surprisingly, I wasn't expecting it. Because the way that Tommy's influence was absolutely absent from the first like 2 or 3 minutes, I was like, oh, so they probably filmed this one before the last one, didn't they? But no, I was wrong. They do acknowledge it, and they were like, yeah, Tommy's at the karate tournament. He's gonna be great. So why can't Tommy Mirth today? One, he needs to conserve his power, and two, he was too busy karateing.
He was karate fighting.
Everybody was karate fighting.
His kicks were faster than him.
Okay. So the putties show up at the basketball court with Goldar. And Goldar has a magic rope. And he puts the magic rope around the Power Rangers, and now they're stuck. Well, Jason, Zach, and Kimberly specifically, not all the Power Rangers. But ties them up in a rope, and they can't get out. And they're like, "Oh no!" And Goldar's like, "Ah, Grumble Bee will destroy you!" Ah, and then he leaves.
Oh my god.
I can't talk about Goldar without doing the voice.
Rangers.
Rangers.
My
And
buddies will destroy you.
so we go back to the command center. Well, first I think we go to Billy and Trini, and they're like studying and stuff. Trini's being good. Billy realizes he misses. First of all, he realized he missed one question. How does that result in a B? Was there only like 5 questions on this test?
I don't know. Like, you'd
Uh,
think there'd be, something that would help him. I don't know what I'm
you
trying
think
to
there'd
say.
be more? That you think there'd be enough questions that one wrong answer would not result in an entire letter grade drop?
Yeah.
But I think he realizes he fucked up the classification of bees or something like that. I didn't quite follow it, and the wiki doesn't say. But it was something to do with bees. I believe it had to do with their like scientific name or whatever. And he's like, "Fuck! I can't believe I got a B because of the B question." It's a lot of B going on in this episode.
Barry B. Benson is going to show up.
Oh no! You
Free
like
the bee.
jazz?
Oh, God.
That's what Grumble Bee said when Billy and Trini showed up. He said, "You like jazz?"
Imagine if he did. I know this episode came out before the movie, but it's still funny to think about.
They stole it from Power Rangers, actually, as it turns out.
Ranger, you like jazz?
You like jazz? So anyway, we go to the command center. They get alerted of Grumble Bee. They try to contact Jason, but they can't because Jason, Kimberly, and Zach are trapped, which Zordon then notices, and they call Billy and Trini. Not Tommy, because he's got to conserve his power. And Billy and Trini arrive at the command center. He's like, "Your friends are stuck, but also Grumble Bee," which at this point I feel like either if you two have enough confidence, one of you goes and frees the other Power Rangers and the other one holds off Grumble Bee, or call your fucking big damn hero John Cena, Tommy, and have him deal with Grumble Bee and you two go free the other Rangers. That's just me. I don't know.
I'm not sure if that was intentional, but the funny thing about you calling Tommy John Cena is John Cena's main color is green.
He could be the Green Ranger, it's true.
Yeah, and the
But
monsters wouldn't even see him.
they do that classic thing where they forget there's more than one of them, and they're like, "You have to go stop the monster first." So Trini and Billy morph to go fight Grumble Bee. And he shoots poison and sound waves at them, and they're having a bad time, and they get their ass kicked, basically.
Yeah, and Billy's all, "Oh no, it's getting through my suit."
No, help! It's getting through my suit. So unfortunate for Billy. We go back to the command center. Alpha's making a special weapon. It's not done yet. And they gotta go help their friends. So they teleport to the park, unmorphed, and they just try to take the rope off, and it doesn't work. And they're like, "We can't do it."
They just can't. For
Can't
some
do it.
reason,
And
the
then
lasso
Zordon
of
calls
truth
them.
doesn't work,
Oh, go ahead.
and the lasso of truth just can't be removed that easily.
Can't be removed. The only time I've ever seen the lasso of truth in use is that one comic that goes viral every fucking 2 seconds, where it's Superman and Batman meeting Wonder Woman for the first time, and she uses the lasso of truth on them. And she's like, "What's your names?" And Superman says Clark Kent, and Batman says Batman because
That
he's Batman in his soul, truly. So it's not a lie. Bruce Wayne is the mask, all that.
And what's really weird about that is, Superman says Clark Kent. That's not his fucking name.
But
It's
that's what he truly feels is his name in his soul. Much like Batman feels his name is Batman.
I guess that makes sense. I just find it funny.
I'm Batman. There's also a good moment in Batman Beyond that I've seen a clip of where, um, I think I don't know who's responsible because I only saw a clip. I think it was the Joker, if I'm not wrong. But they put like a fake internal voice in Bruce's head to get him to like do bad things or something, and then eventually he breaks out of it. And Terry, the new Batman, comes up to him later and he's like, "How did you know that it wasn't real?" And he's like, "'Cause the voice was calling me Bruce. That's not what it would have called me." And then Terry's like, "What would have it called you?" And Bruce just kind of looks at him and he's like, "Oh, but that's my name now."
Huh? I saw a channel on YouTube where um it's Batman trying to explain how he has no powers, but he can still do shit as if he has powers, like his whole teleportation and resisting mind things. And he goes, "Oh yeah, um, these monk guys taught me all this stuff. Oh, and I can punch Superman and have him feel pain with no kryptonite because the monks taught me this.
the
Any
the
human,
monk technique. I've seen this YouTube channel too. The shout, the like ancient Tibetan monk techniques.
yeah, that was it."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, dude, I don't care how powerful these Tibetan monks are. One, no regular human could learn that, and two, Batman would need kryptonite to hurt Superman. The Tibetan monks would not be able to teach him how to punch so hard he can hurt a Kryptonian. Hell no.
My favorite video is when they knock Superman into the sun for 1,000 years and he comes back to Earth and then Batman's there and he's like, "How the hell are you still alive?" And he's like, "It's an ancient Tibetan monk technique. They're actually immortal."
Oh my god. Uh, I remember I saw one where they were trying to figure out who to add to the JL, and it was like, Shazam, nah, he's a kid. This guy, nah, he's a dick. You know what? I've got just the people to join the JL. And Superman looks at him like, no, not them, not them.
The Tibetan monks.
Here come the Tibetan monks. Uh,
Does Batman need kryptonite to hurt Superman? I feel like he's fought Superman before without kryptonite. Not like won, but I think he's fought.
uh, I know there was the Batman v Superman movie where Batman had that metal Iron Man like armor, but I don't know if he had kryptonite in there. Superman. Okay, yeah, I'm calling BS on the whole Batman does not need kryptonite thing because there's something about him having a kryptonite ring.
Oh,
So
but like I feel like kryptonite. Maybe different depictions show this in different ways, but usually kryptonite poisoning is a very visual thing that you can see. And I've seen Batman fight Superman without him showing signs of kryptonite poisoning.
maybe Superman was like holding back or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he naturally holds back. That's the thing. Like that's why any supervillain can fight Superman too, because he holds back, nominal to the person he's fighting. So he's not just gonna punch Bruce's head off. He's gonna fight at Bruce's level.
Honestly, I have no idea. I'm just a massive like a critic against people saying Batman is one of the strongest DC characters. I'm like, nah, he's one of the weakest.
But he is one of the strongest in a
He's
way.
not
He's one of the most proficient,
proficient, yes, but not the most powerful.
but that proficiency allows him to be better than other members of the Justice League.
If they went all out, Batman and Superman in a 1v1, Superman would win.
Yeah,
Guaranteed.
obviously, if he didn't have kryptonite, but he would have kryptonite because he's Batman and he's always ready.
And how about the Flash? Like,
Gonna trap
and
him in the
Batman,
Speed Force. He's got contingency plans for all of them.
Yeah, Batman always says, oh, just I'm trapping him in the Speed Force. But if Batman can't actively do something to get the Flash into the Speed Force, then nothing's gonna happen.
Or
And
he'll draw a tunnel on the side of a cliff, and the Flash will try to run into it, and he'll crash.
we've we've seen the Flash's instincts. He will just run up against it, notice it's fake, and then just run up the wall. We've seen him do that.
But when he runs up the wall, what he doesn't know is that there's going to be a giant anvil waiting to fall on him.
He's got super speed. He'll just move out of the way.
Yeah.
The Flash would easily solo Batman.
And Bugs Bunny, apparently. Or Wile E. Coyote, more so.
The Flash is probably the strongest JL member there is.
I don't know if he's stronger than Superman.
That's a close one because speed is like really overpowered. Like
The Superman can go almost as fast as the Flash. The Flash is
true,
a little faster, but like they've raced on close to equal ground.
true, and Superman did turn back time by flying around the Earth somehow.
Yeah, the Flash might have the speed advantage by some degree, but not enough that it's gonna womp Superman's amazing strength and heat vision and other superpowers.
Oh, using your logic, the Flash could just speed his way somewhere that has kryptonite and return and win that way.
He doesn't know where the kryptonite is because he's not Batman. He doesn't have kryptonite ready.
He can look for it. He's fast enough.
Superman's almost as fast, so he'd just like be behind him and shooting heat vision and shit. He wouldn't be able to pay attention.
I feel like this is a debate for another day.
You're probably right. We should probably get back to the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
So the Rangers have to go fight Grumble Bee again, as Alpha's gonna work on getting the other Rangers free. So it's round 2, and Billy gets shot with poison, so he falls down, and that's unfortunate for Billy. We go back to the command center. Alpha's able to free the other Power Rangers, and they morph to go help with the Grumble Bee. They jump in. The monster brings out putties, and they play the song. You finally heard it.
Oh yeah.
They played "I Will Win."
It's such a good song.
I won't stop until I get there. It's great.
It is so fun.
So they fight, and they make quick work of the putties, but then they get shot with the sonic wave attack, and it fucks them all up, except for Billy. And then Alpha sends Billy the new weapon, and he's like, after saying "Pasta la pizza, baby," or maybe that was next episode, but I think it was this one.
Pasta la pizza. It sounds like an Italian. I'm telling someone to pass the pizza. Hey, pasta la pizza.
Pasta la pizza. Ridiculous. So Billy gets the new gun. He shoots Grumble Bee with it, and it makes it so his wings don't work. And the Power Rangers are about to finish him off. And then Rita, I believe, again, this might have been next episode too, but I think it was this one. She says, "Make my monster big." That's not the phrase. That's not what you say.
Hey yo, freaky Rita. Make him
Gross.
big.
The only Freaky Rita I want to think of is if it's the movie one. So it's Megazord time. Grumble Bee lands some good hits, but Megazord recovers and then, calls Power Sword, kills Grumble Bee. Grumble Bee is dead. Rest in peace, Grumble Bee.
Very short Megazord fight.
Yeah, not a very long fight. So we go back to the youth center, and Tommy comes in because you gotta have Tommy.
Yeah.
And Jason and Zach are practicing. Tommy comes in and they're like, "How was the karate tournament?" And he's like, "It was great. I won. It's awesome. And I also heard about what you guys did. I wish Zordon called me." And they're like, "Hey, you gotta conserve your powers, bro." Um, and he's like, "Yeah, I know." And then Bulk and Skull are there, and they're trying to study. And they're like, "Bulk and Skull are studying." So they go up to Bulk and Skull and they're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Miss Appleby said if we don't get a C or higher on the next exam, the top 6 students in the class are gonna have to tutor us all summer long." And then Zach's like, so Zach starts pointing to his friends. He's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then he thinks for a second and points to himself and goes 6. And then they all realize what this means, and they all immediately are like, "Let me help you with that, Bulk. Hey, Skull, let's look over here." They're all just immediately going into hyper tutor mode, so they don't have to tutor Bulk and Skull all summer, and that's where the episode ends.
Yeah. No gunk for Bulk this episode.
Nope, just getting overwhelmed by 6 different kids trying to tell him things at the same time.
Yeah, which his face did make very clear he was getting overwhelmed. Like,
And then I will be back in 1 second, and we'll talk about the wrap-up questions. All right, Nightster, why don't you tell me who is your favorite character in Grumble Bee?
I will, and before I do want to point out that I went back to check if it was this episode where Rita messes up her line, and it was, but she didn't say "make my monster big." She said "make my monster giant."
I remember there be maybe she fucks it up in both then, because I know she says big. It must have been in the other one.
It might have been. I'll check it in a bit, but I know you're probably expecting me to say Billy because it's a Billy focus episode and he had a lot of scenes.
Mm-hmm.
However, Trini was like, she had a lot of good like friend moments, as a support character in this episode, especially to Billy. So I'm gonna give it to Trini.
I actually had the exact same thoughts. Trini was a bro in this episode. She was great. She was by Billy's side as they attempted to take down Grumble Bee, the two of them. Trini did real good this episode. I also am giving it to Trini.
Some
What about your favorite scene?
favorite scene is it's a tough one, but the fight scene where Billy and Trini go up against Grumble Bee was actually pretty neat. I'd have some good team up moves, so I'm gonna go with that one.
I think I'm actually going to give it to the final round with Grumble Bee, not Zord fight, but the 5 Power Rangers versus Grumble Bee and the Putties. Because I liked that fight, and of course I liked the soundtrack, and it was cool. So I'm gonna give it to that.
Was good. The "I Will Win" was really cool.
It's a great song.
It is. I might download an audio file and just have it on my playlist.
Hell yeah.
I haven't got any Power Rangers songs on there. I should probably do that.
You know, the Power Rangers fight songs are a staple of my music selection. Ron, the guy who did them, Ron Wasserman, did like an album where he remastered them in like 2009 or some shit. And that's on like Spotify and platforms and shit, and that's all over my playlists.
Yeah.
The original versions were never released in like a proper thing, or at least not on streaming services. I think they did like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers soundtrack that they sold on CD at some point, or maybe it was cassette. I don't know what was going on in 1993. Did they have CDs?
When were CDs? 1979.
Okay, so yeah, they
So they
definitely
did
had
have CDs.
CDs.
They absolutely had CDs.
I'm a zoomer. I don't know these things.
Wait,
All right, next up. Wait, there's a CD in like there was a CD like 4 episodes of Power Rangers ago. I'm so stupid. Zach put a CD in the time capsule.
oh yeah.
So you ready to talk about the next episode?
Are you sure it's that time? Are you
Oh,
and you're not missing something?
you see, last week was a 2-parter, so I got used to not having to rank it until the end. We do
Yeah.
have to rank Grumble Bee.
I guess we do have to run Grumble Bee.
It's not bad, but it's not great.
Like, is it even top 20?
No, definitely not. In fact, the first one I'm looking at that it might be better than is To Flee or Not to Flee, which is number 29.
Dang.
What happened in To Flee or Not to Flee?
Uh, there was the dog, and it made Jason all itchy. And there was a whole plot holes of, oh, if you touch Jason while he's affected, then you get itchy too. But Kimberly touched Jason, and Jason touched Kimberly, and she wasn't affected.
Yeah, I think this is better than that. I don't think it's better than Itsy Bitsy Spider, because I feel like Itsy Bitsy Spider is a lot better of a Zach highlight than this is a Billy highlight.
Yeah.
So coming in at the new number 29, Grumble Bee.
29, Grumble Bee.
God, fucking stupid phone trying to fix the list. Fuck.
At this rate, just give me edit palms and I can do this one.
Oh, you don't have edit perms. I forgot.
Yeah, no, I
Oops.
don't. If I did, I'd easily just be like, right, done, 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 done. Okay, we can move on.
Yeah, we'll handle that at some point. I don't want to jigger with Google Docs right now, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But folks, season 1, episode 52 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is called Two Heads Are Better Than One. It aired April 29th, 1994, written by Mark Hoffmeyer, directed by Jon Stewart. Thumbnail on Wiki is the Green Ranger, so you know it's going to be good. You know we've got our boy.
You know who's going to be probably taking the favorite spot on both accounts.
See what happens. But we start at the youth center, as we often do. There's a women's self-defense class. Jason and Tommy are the teachers, and there's a bunch of old mom-aged ladies learning self-defense. And it's basically karate, and also make sure you scream for help while you're doing the karate.
Very important.
Very important. And they do some demonstrations. Kimberly and Trini help out for some of the demonstrations. And they're teaching them about how they should use the buddy system, blah blah blah, all these things that women have to do so that men don't kidnap them.
Yeah.
And so that's fun. One of the moms thanks the boys for holding the class, and everybody applauds. And they're like, we're happy to do it for Angel Grove's moms, because we're just such good boys.
Yeah, respect to these guys.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. So we go to Rita, and she's like, the Power Rangers are being nice to people. But also, two heads are better than one, huh? Maybe I should do that. So she goes to Finster, and he's like, actually, I'm already making a monster with 2 heads. It's a 2-headed parrot. And she's like, I want a special one. And he's like, but it is special. It's really good. She's like, okay, whatever. And so that's going on the moon. What
Yep.
the fuck?
What?
Well, I'm screwed. There's only one more paragraph in the plot summary. It just stops.
Do you want me to go through the episode and explain what happens?
I guess. It just stops at Trini tells Bulk and Skull that it's a women's self-defense class. And it's just there's no more after that.
I got you. Right, I'm taking over.
I hope
Uh,
this isn't the sign that they've stopped doing plot summaries for Mighty Morphin. No, the
oh,
next one seems to be full. It's just a fucked up part for Grumble Bee, I guess, or for Two Heads Are Better Than One.
okay, so we're back in the youth center, and I need to turn the sound on so I can hear what's going on. Yeah, Bulk and Skull show up. They're told that it's a woman's only class, but
And they're like, "We're here to meet the babes." And Tommy's like, "Yeah, we could totally have you in the class and have you meet babes." He winks at Jason because
yeah,
they've got schemes.
yeah, it's like, tell you what, meet us at the next class, and there'll be a bunch of babes for you to meet, and they're like, yeah, and Bulk and Skull high five.
Hell yeah. Skull does a little bit of sexual harassment on Kimberly, but it
Oh yeah,
happens from time to time.
he's like, what about all the hot babes like Kimberly?
He sniffs her hair.
Yeah, and then she just kind of pushes him away, like, no, go away,
Go away, Skull.
go away now. And then we cut to the park where Tommy and Jason are sparring, and Jason is teaching Tommy some new moves, and Rita again with the telescope looking like she's about to snipe them both.
Take the shot.
Do you have the shot? Take the shot. Take the shot. So of course we cut to Rita on the moon, and they're alone. And Goldar's like, our two-headed parrot will kill them both.
The two-headed parrot will destroy them. I'm Goldar.
And we cut to the park again, and the parrot has showed up, and it has feather darts, which it fires at Jason and Tommy.
This is one of the most iconic shots in season 1 to me.
Really?
Yes, I have strong memory of this shot, just like where the bird shows up, shoots the darts, Tommy and Jason hit the deck, and then they morph right from the ground. That's one of my like most memorable iconic shots in this season to me.
Yeah, so of course they hit the ground, they morph, and they flip into action, and the parrot strikes them down.
He also seemingly puts a spell on them, but it's much less prominent than I remember, and they don't really bring it up. Or maybe Jason's just like kind of pissed off right now.
I think he's just pissed off because it's like, oh, two heads are better than one. Like,
Oh, so he's being one head oriented, and he's got to learn his own less. Okay, it seemed like there was a spell of some sort because of how aggressive they were. No, because that's a different episode. I've had this exact thing before because I rewatched the season at some point. It is a different episode that we might have already done. Have we done on Fins and Needles? Is that season 2?
on
On
Pins and Needles is
Fins.
one, but it's
Okay, that's later. Okay, so the episode where they have the hate each other spell is on Fins and Needles, not Two Heads Are Better Than One.
although I do remember in this episode Jason does get a little bit like like impatient. It's like, I know we have to kill him now, we can't wait for Tommy. Or that might have been someone else, but someone.
No, for the rest of the team. Tommy was there. It was Jason and Tommy and nobody else. And he's like, "We got to get him now, and we can take him." And Tommy's like, "Let's not chase it. We need the rest of the team."
I thought it was because Tommy was showing up with the fruit.
No, that was way later. it's their first fight with the two-headed parrot. Jason's like, we could take him, and Tommy's like, let's not chance it. We need the rest of the team. And then they go to the command center with the 6 of them.
Okay, that's happening now. Yeah. So Tommy is grabbing Jason by the shoulders, and he's like, "No, we can't chance it. Let's go now." And Jason just runs with him, and then we cut to the command center with Zordon, and he's like, "Oh, Alpha, teleport the Rangers," and all 6 of them show up, and Zordon fills them in. It's like, "Oh, Tommy and Jason were attacked. I look at the globe.
Observe the viewing globe.
Observe the viewing globe." And he has the image of the bird brain, as Jason calls him so many times, just attacking stuff. And everyone's just like, "Oh, they've got teamwork. It's a bad bird."
Yeah, Rita finally figured out teamwork. What a bad bird.
Yeah. And when Trini asks how they can stop it, Billy pipes up and is like, maybe we can tempt him with its favorite food, distract him.
Which, real quick, we gotta. There was something we didn't establish before because it didn't seem important, and then I realized it was very important. Ernie's got new exotic smoothies. He got some exotic fruit, and he's got exotic fruit smoothies, and everybody's loving them. Keep that in your back pocket.
That is true. And those smoothies are, well, one of them is the Pamango fruit, which Alpha is just saying now that the data shows that the favorite food of the parrot is the Pamango.
The Pamango, which is not a real fruit. They just invented one for some reason.
A parrot mango.
Oh, maybe.
A Pamango. And Tommy's like, "Oh, there's some fruit trees in the park. Maybe we can find one there and use it." And he's like, "I'll go find one," like on his own. And then Zordon reminds him that his powers are limited, and the Rangers should just study Alpha's data until Tommy returns. So Tommy goes into the forest, and he's looking around. Billy is tearing up some paper, and he's like, "Oh, parrots are already quite smart, and by doubling his brain, Rita's made a really smart monster."
Doesn't he
And
get interrupted by the?
Yeah, the alarm goes off. The 2-headed parrot is in the park with some putties. So the
The
Rangers.
two-headed parrot had putties too.
Huh?
I know there were putties, and I know there's the two-headed parrot, but I thought the two were separate. I didn't know he had putties too. I forgot.
Oh yeah, and he has a putty patrol with him. So the Rangers morph. Yeah, bam, Tyrannosaurus done. They all flip. The putties surround the Rangers. They start fighting them as the parrot is just taunting them from afar. The Rangers fight.
You guys suck.
Oh, you suck, Rangers! You're and we cut back to the boy Tommy, and
he's trying to get a Pamango. Can't find the Pamango.
He found the Pamango, but
found the Pamango, and then at putty time.
But Rita sees this. She spies the fact that he has found the Pamango, and she's like, I wish I could just rip out all the fruit." And then Goldar is just, "Oh, this is my command. I'll send the putty patrol to rip out all the Pamangos."
So he sends the putty patrol, and then it's go Green Ranger, go.
The putty patrol does show up, but I don't think it plays that song.
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, it does. How did I not hear that? My first watch.
I don't know.
But yeah, he's doing some awesome fighting against the Putty Patrol. And we cut back to the command center with the viewing globe looking at the Rangers fighting the Parrot. And I was like, oh, the Rangers are cornered. So Zordon tells them to call Tommy and get him over there to help. Like, I forget the fruit, just help the others. But Tommy is just being pinned down, and the putties grab the mango fruit, and then the putties leave when they get it. And Tommy and Zordon swap stories about what's going on. So Tommy gets the idea, oh, Ernie has some mangoes, so he goes to the youth center, and he has to lie because he's like, well, have you got any more of those mangoes? And he's like, well, one, but it's being used for the smoothies. Why would you need it for? And then Tommy has to like pause. So it's like, well, I got Kimberly a parrot, and I read online that their favorite foods, well, the best thing for their diet is a mango.
Read online. Tommy knows what the internet is. I guess he isn't there in the Zeo episode where Adam and Rocky are like, "Whoa, karate forums."
Does he say online? That might just be me being like, oh yeah, he would have read it online, but he might have said something different.
He might have just said that he read it, like in a book.
Yeah. Oh, the vet said the best thing for his diet would be mangoes. That's what he said. And he can't find any mangoes, so and he tells him, yeah, they're hard to find, but since it's for a good cause, here you go. And he just gives him his last mango. Respect for Ernie. He is a great man. We love Ernie.
We do love our Ernie.
And we cut back to the Rangers fighting the Parrot. Does he have a name? I'm not sure if he has a name or not.
Two-headed parrot. That's just what he's called.
Oh, just two-headed parrot. Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Simon, for making such creative names for your monsters. So they rush in with their blade blasters and they start fighting. Like, they jump him, but he just wipes them all out. And he blasts them down. And then Jason again is like, you know what, I've had it. I'm just gonna go and rush him. And then this time Zach is like, wait, wait for Tommy, be smart.
Okay.
So I knew it happened in this fight, but Jason ignores Zach's advice and he jumps up with his sword. Well, and the blade blaster in sword mode, and he just gets knocked down. And two-headed parrot just stomps on his chest. But then Tommy jumps in and he tackles the parrot off of him and rolls on the ground and grabs the mango fruit and he throws the fruit at the parrot. And the two heads of the parrot just fight over which one of them gets the fruit. And while they're distracted, the Rangers form like a cross with their arms, and then Tommy flips in and he bounces off of their arms, grabs his dragon dagger, and blasts the parrot.
I'm glad they're wanting to include Tommy now. They invented a whole new finisher just so Tommy could be included, even though they have two finishers already. They could have done Blade Blaster, circle attack, or they could have done the Power Blaster, but they invented this new thing instead.
I'm glad they're not doing the power blaster much anymore because
Yeah, fair enough. I think we might be. No, they have to have. I think we're mostly done with the Power Blaster. There might be a couple more times the original team uses it, and then I know the post Rocky Adam and Aisha team uses it once and then never again.
Wow. We're back on the moon with Rita, and she does say grow in this episode. So she does not say big in either of these episodes.
I guess I'm just a stupid idiot then. Don't mind me.
Yeah, we all make mistakes. It's fine. One goes down. Parrot be big. So they call the Zords. And they form not the Megazord just yet. It's just the tank. Oh, it
Yeah, they
lingers
go
in
right to
tank for a
Megazord.
second, but then they go to Megazord. Because it's like, okay, so they're in there. They have a little conversation. Then Megazord, and then here comes the Dragon Dagger. With Tommy, and he plays both notes in this.
Yes, we do get the command tone, my sweet command tone that I was missing before.
It makes a comeback here, like as if to tell the Dragon Zord to prepare. Da, 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 da. So Megazord and Dragon Zord side by side, and they rush the Parrot, who ducks under the Dragonzord's tail and wails on the Megazord. Ducks under the tail again, strikes the Dragonzord, and it fires the darts at the Megazord. And Tommy's like, "Oh, they need more power," and he plays a tune on the flute. So Dragonzord is like, "Oh, okay, I've got to knuckle down," and he actually gets a hit in with his tail, and then they trade blows, and then Jason calls upon the power of Titanus.
I call upon
The
Titanus and the Ultrazord.
Ultrazord is back.
I was wrong about the Ultrazord, it seems.
Yeah, it returns.
I think I was thinking of season 2 more so, and how at that point it's just the Thunder Megazord and the Dragon Zord. I thought that also was this season with the Megazord and the Dragon Zord, but I was wrong.
Yeah, Titanus seems to be like the main one for the big problems like this monster. And Jason seems to give the bird another chance to give up, but it's just like, nah. All right, well, then we have no choice. And they just blow the parrot up. And the parrot is dead.
You see, they think they're doing like something nice with that, but that just raises the question of like, why not give this opportunity to every monster? Because like maybe fucking I'm trying to think of a random one. Maybe fucking Turkey Jerk would have just been like, okay. I don't know if we've gotten a Turkey Jerk yet, actually, but if not, he's coming. But
No,
why this particular monster gets a second chance?
who knows? Maybe because they think this monster is smart because it has 2 brains. So they're thinking, oh, maybe this one is smart enough to give in when we give it a chance. But it's
That's
not.
fair.
So the Ultrazord rolls forward, and then we cut to the moon. And she's like, oh, that monster wasn't twice as smart. It was twice as stupid. I have a headache."
Ah, headache.
And then we cut back to the youth center, and the mums are training with Jason and Tommy again. And Bulk and Skull roll in, and they're like, "Hey, where are all the hot babes? And these are just a bunch of mums." And the mums just look at them. Wait, was that before or after the? Oh no, actually before that, it's Ernie talking to Kim, and he's like, "Oh, how do you like the parrot?" And she's like, "What parrot? What are you talking about?"
I'm not a
And
Power
she looks,
Ranger.
And she looks at Trini, and Trini just shrugs, like, I don't know what you're talking about. And they kind of laugh it off. You know, she doesn't think to ask what he means, and he doesn't seem to question how she doesn't seem to know what he's talking about.
Because Ernie knows.
Yeah,
We all
he
know that
knows.
Ernie knows.
Yeah, he knows, but he's being secretive about it. Yeah, then Bulk and Skull roll in, and then Zach's like, "Oh, yeah, check it out, guys." And Bulk is actually like, he sounds pretty pissed. He's like, "Wait, where are all the babes?
You said there would be babes.
And these are just a bunch of moms." And then these two women roll up, and I don't know about you, but I have no idea what Bulk was talking about. Because have you seen the one in the black?
Was there a babe there? I did not notice.
Oh well, you can have another look and judge for yourself. But personally, I would say so.
Okay.
But two of them show up right as Bulk and Skull are saying, yeah, these are just mums." And then Jason is like, "Hey, how about a little practice? Bulk, Skull, do you want to be the attackers?"
And they are way too excited about attacking women.
Yeah, they are. Like, they look at each other, grin, and just go, "Sure." And then Bulk just has this sick grin, and he's like, "Don't worry, ladies. We won't hurt you." And then Skull goes for a swing, and the woman gets him in a headlock. Bulk tries to attack, but gets a knee to the gut. Oop. And then they each go for a grapple, but get thrown to the ground. And then Tommy and Jason fist bump as they celebrate teaching these mums how to do it. And then the woman help Bulk and Skull up, and they're dizzy. And in sync, they kind of just go, "Two mums are better than one," which makes Jason laugh, and Bulk and Skull just faint. And that is two heads are better than one.
Yeah. Well, Nightster, who's your favorite character in Two Heads Are Better Than One?
Tommy.
Yeah. Yeah.
You going with the same?
Yeah. He was
Yeah,
he did get to be the big hero this episode.
you did.
And there was some quick thinking, some good moments. Obviously, the Go Green Ranger Go fight scene, always awesome. Got to give it to
Yeah.
your boy.
And how he was thinking of Kimberly when he was trying to get the fruit. That was sweet.
That should have made him summon one with magical green energy, like the last time Trini was in trouble and he just was awoken by a higher power. What was your favorite scene in this episode?
Did you just call Kimberly Trini?
Did I? Shit.
Yeah. Favorite scene though was the Go Green Ranger Go putty fight. It had to be.
I think my favorite, once again, it's going to be the Power Rangers versus the monster, because, like, we get shockingly little of the 6 Power Rangers standing together as one in a ground level fight. So, like, I got a smile on my face in that last pose strike, and, like, it was a good fight.
It
I'm going to give it to
was.
that.
That's a fair one. I don't know about you, but I think this is going pretty high.
It's pretty good. I remembered it a little of a higher regard than I have for it, because I thought I keep confusing this episode and On Fins and Needles. But this episode is pretty good. I don't think it's top 10. Is it better than, I think the first one I'm looking at is A Bad Reflection on You. Is it better than that?
Personally, I think I would say so. But what do you think?
Yeah, again, I love this episode. Good Tommy episode. Has one of my most nostalgic shots in the whole season. So I'm willing to give that to it. So coming in at the new number 14, that's going to be two heads are better than one. And that's it for the episode, Nightster. So I ask you, where can our listeners find you?
You can find me on our a collaborative channel with Riely and some other friends, Toku Thrill, where we talk about Power Rangers, Super Sentai, Kamen Rider, and Ultraman. So check us out there. And you can find me on my solo channel, Nightster. And where can they find you, Riely?
linktr.ee/Riely Cinematic Universe. That's RIELY Cinematic Universe. Podcasts, YouTube channels, all sorts of content. Check it out. Till next time, we're morphin' out of here. It's morphin' time.